How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. So in this week, we didn't really get too much done. So this is really my progress for the week. We're going to be working on oil. Well, we kind of just talked about some of the changes we did. Nothing really substantial, I would say, other than we continued building out the highway on our map. So over here we are getting closer to connecting up in this section. So we just have a small section left of our massive highway we need to go ahead and connect. So we've made pretty good progress there. So now it is time to look at establishing oil. So as previously mentioned, we're going to be establishing oil up here in the north. Well, I guess west of the Dune Desert area, and then we're going to be training it. We're not going to train the oil. We're going to train the finished products from what is going to be an oil refinery platform and some other stuff here through. I think I'm connecting it up in this area, and we're going to do some stuff, and then it's going to connect to an artery here into the highway. I have to figure out how I need to do the T-junctions as well as space and stuff like that. But for now, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to work on researching or getting it working, and then I'll just manually take it over there for the research. So that way we can get the research for trains and other stuff just so we can see it and play around with it, and then we'll build out the infrastructure to support it being brought over there, where I'll also have dimensional depots and just all that stuff as well. There were a ton of power slugs over here, by the way. We found three of these ones. I just saw another one right there. So if you're looking for power slugs, this region right here, really, really good. Alright. So I'm thinking, I kind of just saw it, is I really like the coral. You can't really see too much of it here, but I think if you can get vertically, you can see it really nicely. So what I'm going to do is I think we're going to do, oh, not that. Wrong thing. R, zoom. I think we're going to go 10 in the air. I think 10 should be a pretty good height. And we're going to build a nice big oil platform up there. And then that way we can kind of see this region, and then we'll probably have some stuff maybe up over on the hill. We'll see. But yeah, so in some other news for what we did this week, we also worked on increasing production of a few key items, mainly concrete. I went through, we found more slugs, aside from these ones, to make more power things to speed stuff up, so that way we could overclock. And then we've been, you don't see me, we've been working pretty hard to do factorio 1.0. That's just been a little bit more slow going, just because I've been particularly busy. Maybe we'll do this one with just quite a few things at school, but that we've already seen for a little bit now. But hopefully once the semester fully wraps up, then we'll be good at having our regular scheduled programming. But we shall see. And then going into my final semester of college will eat up a lot of my time as well. And the job hunt for a job after college has been going fun, interesting. Computer science and software engineering are definitely not, they're not what they were 10 years ago, that's for sure. It's definitely not the, oh, as long as you know how to program, you'll get a job. Like, it's not really the case anymore. And using AI in your workflow now speeds it up, and you're not going to get replaced in the sense of like, oh, all programming is gone, don't get a degree in CS. It just means you have to work harder at knowing all the other things. 10, 15 years ago, you could get away with not really knowing any of the fundamentals like data structures. You could get away with not really knowing any of those other classes that you took other than just programming, and you could be a coder, but that's not really a thing anymore. And that's kind of partially why I didn't do computer science. And really, they're supposed to be scientists, but a lot of schools just mint them out to be programmers, unfortunately. That's nobody's fault. That's just what a lot of schools do and have done. So it's definitely worth making sure that you know more than just the basic fundamentals. Which is why I chose software engineering, where I can learn project management, all the requirements gathering, and all the other facets that go into those things. I need ladders, which I don't think I have on. Let's go there. That's good. So of course, it's just a lot more stuff than it used to be. But it also means, really, you bastard. Right. And then, I don't know how much steel. We don't really have any steel on us, so I can't do quite what I wanted. We have a lot of concrete on us, though. I want to do this foundation, but this uses steel, so I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to do this foundation. And we'll change it over when we have steel. But yeah, so a lot of our time has been taken up by school and our projects, and then some of the series just have been eating more time than I would like, particularly Factorio now is eating some of my time on the weekends and during the week, and so then I can't get as much progress in this as I would like. And then we've been doing, what else? Oh, then we were doing Rimworld for a while, and of course that. I had to spend 3 days working on getting everything put together so that way we could finally wrap that up, so we did. So, Rimworld is now done, and then hopefully when we... I have some stuff planned for well, the time that this comes out, this will be Thursday. So I have some things planned that I'm doing Thursday, Friday, and then pretty much all this weekend I'm a little bit busy. So I'll have to see kind of what progress we get done and things. Okay, and then architecture, I want to do this for a good chunk, I think. Just because I really like this view. I mean, there's no other foundations. No, there's not really any other, like, glass foundations that I could use. I think this is the only one, right? I haven't looked in the awesome shop. Damn it. Okay, well, it's fine. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, is having our production up here, or refinement here, and then we'll do production of things like rubber and plastic, I think. Maybe over here build like a tower or something. The Tower of Babylon, or a lighthouse. Not really sure, but I do like the ability to look at the coral and stuff, so that would be nice. Not that we're actually going to be over here too often, because with a lot of things in this game, once we set it up, it's a set it and forget it mentality. So now, let's go ahead and build these oil extractors. So let's go. I need V. Oil. I'm just gonna set this to... First one's over here. And then these are just all gonna hook up. I don't know how I want to hook them up. I don't know, do I want them all pointed towards this, or do I think I'm going to just do what I've been doing and have them set to a cardinal direction. So, that. So it's going to go south, and then, like, you can input or something. But, let's see, let's take a look at this. So currently it produces 240 oil per minute. Oil has different node types, right, like the other ones? Yes. Ooh, it's a pure node. Hog. Okay. So then, I believe there's something like 13 nodes here. Okay, so there's 2 this direction. But yeah, so we're gonna get these set up, and then we will have to go back to base, and we have to get power over here so that way we can power our oil endeavors. I'm not really sure how much of everything we're gonna have just yet. So we're gonna have to kind of try to figure that out. It's Greg. So there was one more over here. That's it right here. Duh. Yep. We just tapped that one, so let's go tap these ones now. So I'm not really sure how much oil we have in this area, and then once I know that, I'll add it up. We're gonna figure out what we can produce with that. Currently, until we have power, petroleum power, we're not going to really be able to utilize it, I don't think, in the same way. And these for now are just getting placed. Like, I still have to go back through and hook them all up with power and everything, so they're not necessarily in their final orientations. Pretty sure I counted there were 13 nodes here. I didn't mark them, unfortunately. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. No, please no. Please, good sir. And it showed that there was one over here. 500 meters away. 500 meters really isn't as far as I initially thought in this game. Like, I was like, oh wow. There's a thing there. We'll come back to that. But like, when I first started playing, I was like, oh, 500 meters, that is crazy far away. But like, now it's like, oh, that's nothing. I mean, it does mean we have to have inline pumps and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's probably oil under that, huh? No. I am. Oh, there is more oil over here, though. But I'm pleasantly surprised, though, that that's not oil. There's more up here. But yeah, so we'll have to come back to this area and figure out how we want to route it over there. I'm thinking we'll probably just we'll use the straight pipe runs to kind of just go in that direction. And then we'll just kind of take it from there. I thought there was one more I cooked. Nope, just the 2. Okay, then we got that one. Sweet. But yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of oil over here, as you can see, so it will take us a minute to get it all set up. And then I'm gonna have to figure out how we want to route it, as well as B, how much do we have, and then once we know those 2 things, we should be able to calculate how much stuff we want to produce. Because I know with oil, you end up having... Okay. Try to move. You end up having residual oil, I believe, similar to... I think it's Angel's mod in Factorio, where we had oil or residual oil or something, but you could turn it into other stuff or more oil if you wanted to with more research. So I don't know if that's something similar in this as well that we're gonna have. Well, there we go. Or if it's something else. I like the height for this. I don't know how I feel about the legs. I feel like the legs are a bit scrawny for this. I think we might go the route that we went with. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh, no. I think we're gonna go the route we went with the first iteration of the highway system, where we had those additional, like, it was a 3x3. I think that would make more sense for something like this instead of the kind of scrawny one, the one-legged thing. So then I'm just gonna place this down just so we can see it, kind of immerse ourselves a little bit. Quite big. It reminds me of the coal power plant. It looks like it has ladders on both sides. Okay, and it's got kind of this platform here, which is really cool. And fun fact, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yes, these snap to like locations like that. So you can actually have it connect up. The only thing that I am not a fan of is if the catwalk here is this wide, why not make a Sorry, I had to sneeze. Why not make a catwalk this wide? Because then it has like this overage, and that just feels weird in my mind. I mean, yeah, because I don't think you can clip anything. Okay, I mean, okay, you can clip. Like, I can do that, but then, I don't know. To me, that just looks weird, I guess. But I don't know. Let me know. Do you guys clip things like that into these? I mean, I guess if you're trying to build a really immersive whatchamacallit, you probably do. Okay, so if it only snaps to the other, why doesn't it snap right here? I don't know. So it looks like a refinery. Okay, so a refinery does a lot. So we can do fuel. So we can take oil and we can make fuel and polymer resin. We can do residual fuel, which takes heavy oil residue, which looks like it's made in making plastic or rubber, and then that makes fuel. So we can either make fuel, so let's see, 60 to 40, or 60 to 40. So we can either, oh wait, but that's the heavy oil, never mind. I was like, oh, so we can either choose to get that as a byproduct? That seems odd, but it looks like you're guaranteed that. Okay. And then, so these are dual outputs then. So it looks like likely we're going to start with this plastic and this rubber one, because that just uses oil. Are they both 30? Yeah, 30 to 20. 3, 2, 1. And then 3, 3, 2, 2. Okay, so rubber produces more of the heavy oil residue, but is still a 3 to 2 in terms of normal input and normal output. Then we just have to deal with that heavy oil. Or heavy, I'm going to call it heavy oil. I mean, I guess that is just in the name. I'm just going to drop the residue, so it's heavy oil. And then residual plastic is made with the polymer resin and just water, which will have plenty of water. So that's just free plastic, I believe. And then this is polymer resin and water as well. So those two are essentially free. So if we were to do oil into fuel, we also happen to get polymer resin. So it's okay. I'm sure somebody's done the math for this. If they have, and you already know what I'm thinking, link it down below in the comment section. It doesn't make sense. And I'm going to look this up afterwards, so if nobody does it, that's fine. But I would be greatly appreciated if I don't have to do as much research, or if there's something that I miss in my preliminary research for it. So if I double this recipe, right? So I'm going to use 60, make 40. So that's using 60, that's making 30. It consumes twice. Okay, so it's consuming twice as much. So essentially, for half as much oil, I get the same amount of plastic, whereas if I did the fuel recipe to get fuel as, I would be doing this recipe to get fuel as a byproduct, when I'm sure a lot of people are using this as their primary, like, oh, I'm using this to get fuel, whereas I'd be using it to get the polymer resin. But I'm guessing we can probably turn the heavy oil here into polymer resin at some point, I'm guessing. So that's probably why they have these, so that you can kind of recycle that. And then petroleum coke. Interesting. So it looks like currently our only use for heavy oil is the petroleum coke. So I think we'll probably store or stockpile the heavy oil unless it's used for, I mean, well, no, we could just use it for fuel. So we can get this and then get fuel as well. Is probably the route we're going to go then. Because, like, in my mind, then this is inefficient, but maybe it's not. If it's not, let me know. Just because we're spending more oil to get the same amount of fuel here, 40, but we're getting less plastic. But if we go this route, right, so double it, so 60, double this, we get 20. This consumes 60, so okay. So it's either we get fuel at a normal rate, but we get less plastic and rubber, or we get plastic and rubber at a normal rate, but less fuel. So I'm sure there's some alternative recipes I need to be on the look for. If there are any alternative recipes that are like really, really good for oil, that you're like, you have to go try to get these ones first, like it will just make oil so much easier, let me know down below. But other than that, I think for now we're just gonna kind of play around with this, and then I need to head back to base and grab some stuff. And just a quick thing, it looks like it has input output for solids, liquids, all those fun things. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys did, you guys know to smash the like button if you haven't done so already. And if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, tips, tricks, and anything else, leave that down below. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one, and peace out.